Hello friend, welcome back to our YouTube channel Video Solver. Today we are going to discuss some important question of Introduction to Python Programming BPLCK 105 or 205B. First question is, list the silent feature of Python programming language. Demonstrate with example, print, input and len in Python. This one is only first question. Don't be confused. This is first and second. It's typing mistake. It's first question only. Now the second question. Spling, string concentration and string lesson with suitable example for each. Explain different way for importing module into application in Python with syntax and suitable programming example. Fifth question. Fifth question. What is the exception handling? How are exception handling in Python? Write a Python program with exception handling code to solve the error situation. Next question. What are the different low control statement support in Python? Explain follow control statement with the example, program, syntax and flowchart. In this mainly you have to write the program and syntax of each and every program. Now the seventh question. Explain the basic function in Python by considering string, int and float as the point of refer. What are the comparison and bloom operation? Now the last question of module 1. Explain local and global scope in Python programming. What are local and global variable? Now the module 2. Thus, some important questions from module 2 are explain the method of list data type in Python for the following operation with suitable code. In this we have to write code. Okay. Now the first is adding value to a list. This will come adding value like this it will come. Write a code for adding value a list, finding value in a list, removing value in a list, and last is sorting value in a list. Second question. What is list? Explain, append, insert, index, and remove method with example. This is the most repeatable question. Also, list down the difference between list and tuple and how list can convert it to tuple. Third question. What is a string? Explain any four method associated with a string and explain each of them with an example. Fourth question. Discuss the different way of traveling a list. Explain each with an example. As first I have told in this most important thing is you have to write example and syntax for each and every question. Now the last question of module 2 discuss the following dictionary method in Python with example that is gets, item, key and value. These are some important question from module 1, module 2. Now it's time for module 3. The first question of module 3 list out all the useful string method which are supported in Python. Explain with an example for each method. Second question. Explain password lock project. Third question. Explain Python string handling method with example. Fourth question. What are the key properties of file? Explain in detail the file reading writing process with an example of Python programming. Fifth question. What are the different steps in project adding bullets of to wiki markup? Now the fourth module. Explain all the function of shuttle module with program example. Second question. What is the meant by comparing file? Explain reading, exerting and creating zip files with programming example for each. It is zip file. Don't be confused. Now third. What are the different method of files operation support in a Python shuttle module? The fourth question. Explain the difference between permanent delete and save delete. Suitable, write a suitable program with example. In this it is most repeatable question that what is permanent delete, what is save delete. So study this question. Fifth question. Explain in detail. Assertion, login, bottom and debugging, rising exception with code. Another fourth. Rising exception with code, sniff whenever necessary. Now the last question of module 4. Explain how assertion can be used in traffic light simulation with a Python code snip. Now the last module 5, last module of Python. First question, what is class? How to define a class in Python? How to insert a class and how to class member are assessed. Explain with programming snips. Second question, define class diagram. Discuss the need and representing class relationship using class diagram with a suitable example. Third, illustrate the concept of modifier and pure function with Python snips. Fourth question, explain prototype and path with suitable example. Now the fifth question, explain polymorphism, inheritance, overloading with example. Now the last question of module 5, explain int and string method with an example of Python program. Thank you for watching our video. Do like, comment, share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day.